How are you guys doing? Today is Friday, January 28th, 2022. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to do an elite individual profile on Emoni Bates. The elite starting small forward for the Memphis Tigers turns 18 today, and my intention with this episode is, of course, to zoom in on the very, very short basketball career that Emoni Bates has had, and, of course, zoom in on his micro and macro impact on the game of basketball, considering he's such a young kid. And I know there are a lot of questions surrounding why a kid who's averaging 10 points on a college basketball team would be considered like one of the elite amongst perennial all-stars and some of the greatest basketball players to ever play. I do think that Emoni Bates is one of those once-in-a-lifetime prospects that is really taking advantage of very lenient reclassifying rules, taking this opportunity to get a lot better. And when he's going to be draft eligible next year, he may very well look like one of the best college basketball players we can see. Or I may very well be possibly wrong. But based off of what he's already produced, I still had him as an elite basketball player last year. So I digress. Emoni Bates stands in at about 6'9", 190 pounds. He virtually has all of the tools you would virtually want, and considering he's 18, his body is still growing, and once his body is done growing, he's going to eventually have to gain muscle mass on that, and he's going to have to build up from where he is right now. But from where he is right now, he is most definitely one of the most polished high school basketball prospects that I've ever seen, and that includes most NBA players right now, which implies that I believe that he is on a trajectory that is like a lot of perennial all-stars right now. So, to give a little bit of background, he's originally from Ann Arbor, Michigan. He will go on to play high school in Ypsilanti, Michigan. In his in his first year, he was given the Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year, and he was the Max Preps National Freshman of the Year. Of course, being the top freshman of the year in itself is an incredible honor to bestow, but of course, it's very easy to cling on to such things like that, but of course, it's definitely not something to ignore. His sophomore season would be the season which put him on this list. In his sophomore season, he was recognized, of course, as the Michigan Player of the Year. He was named the Max Preps National Sophomore of the Season. He was also named the Gatorade National Player of the Year. He was recognized by Gatorade as the best high school basketball player in a high school game with juniors and seniors, some of which include like Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, who are dominating college basketball right now, just to get a sense of what Emoni Bates was doing in just his second year. The only player to have such recognition his second year would probably be, or at least in recent memory, is LeBron, not including Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I guess maybe Kobe Bryant. I don't even think Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony might have been receiving this praise, but they were not Gatorade National Player of the Year as a sophomore in high school. So, of course, you already get a sense that this kid's already different. Before his junior season, he said that he was going to transfer. He would go on to be a finalist for Naismith Prep Player of the Year, but he would not be named when his junior season, but he would still have an amazing high school junior season. After his junior year of high school, he determined that literally there was no point of coming back to play senior high school against high school competition, that he proved that he was better than for 2 consecutive years, and taking advantage of the fact that colleges were allowing players to reclassify, but the NBA wasn't going to allow them to get to the league. Instead of taking a senior year of college and a senior year of high school in which he wouldn't have been NBA eligible anyway, he would go on to play a freshman season at Memphis this current season with Penny Hardaway. Right now, that Memphis team is currently sitting with a 11-8 record. They are sitting right smack dab in the middle of their American Athletic Conference, as they are currently 5-4 within their conference, 11-8 on the season. 8-2 at home, by the way. But so far in his freshman season, as someone who should be a senior in high school, not even going in on that, but considering There are a lot of players that have reclassified back and they've been eligible because of their age. Because Emoni Bates turned 18 in the middle of the year, he was not eligible to be drafted to the NBA this upcoming year. But still, in his freshman season at Memphis, he would go on to start 13 of the 16 games he's played for a Memphis team that's sitting middle of the pack of the AAC. So far, he's averaging 10.4 points, 3.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and just over half a steal, just under half a block, and 2.6 turnovers in 25.4 minutes. He's shooting 38.5% from the field. He's shooting 33% from three in college with more than one made three a game against college competition that is at the most 5 years older than him. And considering they're not playing against Duke, they're playing against mostly upperclassmen players. He's also shooting 64.5% from the foul line this season. Per 40, he's averaging 16 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists as a player who should essentially be playing against high school competition, which I do think adds a lot to what he's saying, and I do think inflates the importance and definitely the rarity of what he's doing. But of course, with that said, he's ineligible to be a draft pick this year, and which guarantees that he will be, well, I don't know if it guarantees. It means that it will be another year until we see him in the NBA, but I don't know if this guarantees that he's going to be playing at Memphis another season. But with that said, I can't wait to see what more there is to Emoni Bates, as he is only 18 today. And with that said, I will come back tomorrow once all of today's exhibitions and matchups are done. And I will be back next year with another profile for Emoni Bates, hopefully while he's still playing incredibly well in his sophomore season with the Memphis Tigers. With that said, I hope all is well, and I will catch you with another episode tomorrow once all of today's exhibitions are done. And thanks for listening to this piece. I hope all is well. Today is Friday, January 28th, 2022. I'm James Sims. Thanks for listening to my piece. I'll catch you with another piece tomorrow. Peace out.